Hey everybody, what's going on? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back for another Walking Dead video. Today, of course, we have some more rumors because that's all the Walking Dead really has going for it these days. But of course, also, we're getting some actual updates on Dead City this weekend at the IGN Fan Fest, where Jeffrey Dean Morgan, Lauren Cohan, and Scott Gimple are scheduled to appear. We are hoping that we will get a new trailer and an actual release date. We'll just have to wait and see. But with that, we do have more rumors, and of course, this comes from the Twitterverse, or the cesspool of death, as I like to refer to it. But we do have our occasional social media Walking Dead things out there that are somewhat reliable. That, some of the things they predict do come to pass. But according to Dead City AMC out there, Hilarie Burton Mogran, who is the real-life wife of Jeffrey Dean Morgan, who played the part of Lucille in the last season of the original Walking Dead show, she is reported to come back for this next season of Dead City. Now, of course, she's more than likely going to be a part of flashbacks or hallucination, considering the fact that her character is dead. I really hope this is true because I think this would lend to the story really well, honestly, because of the path that we're going to see Negan go down. He's going to go down that old path, and I think in some ways he's going to be seduced by it. I think he's really going to fall back into those old habits, into that old persona, given that he's going to have a new Lucille bat. Whether or not he actually calls it Lucille, we'll just have to wait and see. I would suspect probably not, but with Croat there, who is a part of the original Saviors, who was there during the early days when Negan really started, putting all his faith in this bat. This was a big prop of his personality or his charisma or just whatever you want to call it. But I could see Croat giving this to him and insisting that he call it Lucille, trying to work on the emotions or the nostalgia of Negan, thinking about his wife and everything. So I could really see him going that direction, trying to work that angle. But I think that she will come back as a hallucination because of the path that Negan is going back down, being this guy again. I could see it as this is going to be kind of a Hail Mary type situation where no one else can reach him, and maybe he has kind of a moment of crisis or a crisis of faith where he starts to see her. And maybe he gets this bat and it kind of goes from there. Like he starts to see her because he has a new bat that he's calling Lucille, and he's going to start maybe having hallucinations or just start having dreams about her or whatever. But I think she could appear as a hallucination, kind of a last minute thing or the only thing that will pull him back from this dark path that we know that this role will turn him into, that he will turn into the worst version of himself, being the old Negan, being the guy who took pleasure in killing people and took pleasure in conquering communities and just waving his power over these people's heads. So I could see it as maybe he has a moment where it's kind of a moment of clarity where he's like, he realizes that he's becoming this person again, and then he has a hallucination there with Lucille coming back to be like, pull him back from the brink, be like, you can't be this person again. You walked away from this life. You made up for the things that you did before after she had passed away, considering that she had cancer and she didn't want to suffer because, of course, the probably availability of drugs that she would need for her treatments, everything would just not be there. So she chose to take her own life. And I could see her coming back and be like, you can't do this again. It was a mistake the first time. You can't be this guy again. And I think they're going to kind of incorporate that somehow to bring her in and be like, pull him back from being that guy again completely. But like I mentioned, I imagine that he will, in some aspects of it, get seduced by the power, get seduced by people looking at him a certain way and everything that comes with that type of role, being in that leadership. But I think he's going to have his struggles too, considering that we saw him in the trailer take that new Lucille bat and throw it against a wall. I think there's going to be a lot of conflict there and a lot of things going on in his head about being that guy again, calling a new bat Lucille if he does in fact do that, and just there's a lot of things I think they could do with the fact, if it's true, if she comes back and plays this part again, I think there's a lot that they could do with it. So I'm very excited about that. I have to say, I am definitely more excited about Dead City Season 2 versus what I saw with Daryl Dixon Season 2. That last season was just basically a hodgepodge of just random crap. Stories that didn't work, stories where they pushed people out of there, they shoved them out of the picture to build back up, kind of building on the nostalgia of it all with Carol and Daryl being the main team or whatever you want to call it. But I'm really looking forward to this next season, so I'm hoping with the IGN Fan Fest that we get this weekend that they will give us a new trailer. They will give us a solid release date, because there's been a lot of teasing that we could see it in the spring, but more than likely it's going to be probably late spring at the earliest, probably somewhere in that May timeframe would be my guess, considering that we just got a release date for The Last of Us Season 2, which comes out April 13th. So I don't think they're going to want to compete with that. So I think they're going to give it maybe a 2 or 3 week buffer, and then they're going to have the release date sometime in May. That's just my guess. But anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed that little bit of news. I hope you enjoyed checking out my channel and just listening to my theories about what we're going to see in this next season. And of course, I just hope you leave a like. I hope you leave a comment. Consider subscribing. I'd really appreciate it. Come back for more Walking Dead content just like this, and I will see you next time. So take care. Bye.